Why I left the university? Simply because my parents told to do so. What? Your parents? Stop lying. No, no, they didn't. Yes, they did. No, no parents would force their kid to leave the university and education. First of all, they didn't force me, and second of all, what they asked me to do was way harder than studying that major in that university. Let's talk about it. I was a radio technology student in the best university in the country back then. But although it was like the best university and the best city, stuff like that, it was not a big deal for me because before getting to university, before getting to be a radio technology student, I desperately wanted to be a doctor. That was my dream, that was my goal. All my life, I was a good student, I was a hardworking student, and I studied a lot. I sacrificed a lot of things. I didn't attend parties, I didn't watch TV that much. A lot of things that I sacrificed. And after all of this hard work, what I got was radio technology. Like in comparison to medicine, radio technology made me sad. Like, yeah, I was going to have a job in the future. It was a good university. But, and it is a good job. I mean, not bad, but I hated that career. I did not want to be told to go to hospital in exactly that time and have shifts until that time and expose x-ray to like people, to patients, and say, okay, keep breathing, stop breathing, like have this position of body, have that position of body, and expose, you're right, you can go, like taking radiographies or CT scans. I'm not underestimating this major. I am not. But God knows how much I hated that. I appreciate every single radio technologist because they absolutely helped a lot of people, especially during that pandemic and COVID, because a lot of people got like problems with their lungs, and these people were taking CT scans and radiographies, and they helped a lot. I am grateful to all of them. But that wasn't something I wanted to do. I didn't want to do that. I didn't feel happy. I wasn't proud of myself doing that job. In my rotations, like being in hospital made me upset. I didn't want to be in hospital. Like there were a lot of stressful vibes all around and sad vibes, especially because during my rotation, I was in cancer institute, and everyone was so sick. It was so sad to see people dying every day. Don't get me wrong, of course I wanted to help those people, but I was just maybe not brave enough to stand all the circumstances. The clinical side of healthcare it's not for me. I don't say it's good or bad, anything. It's not for me. I am grateful to all of the health workers because they absolutely saved all of our lives, especially during this pandemic. But it's not for me. Like there's like so much stress in the hospital and sad vibes. Like no. I just did not. I couldn't do that. I was sad. I wasn't happy waking up every morning and going to university or going to my rotations. Because, first of all, I was not interested in the major. There were so much physics in it. I hate physics. And second of all, it was so much. I wasn't interested. I wasn't. And I know there was problems, And like another thing that made me so upset, I studied as much as a student should study to go to med school, and I thought I deserved something better. I definitely deserved something better because, like, can I explain like 12 years of my life, like all of my life that I was in school? Yes, from like 7 years old till 19. I was a good student of all the time. I was studying, I was sacrificing the parties and television and going out with my friends to be a doctor in the future. But no, it didn't happen. I got to be a radio technologist. I say it is a good major, but I wanted something better than that. So I was sad. I did not want to work as a radio technologist in hospitals and do shifts, and I was not interested in the major. And unfortunately, my grades in the next semester, in the second semester, wasn't good. Like all the time, all my life, I got A grades, but back then it was B or sometimes C. That was a sign that, just leave it. But I did not have the courage to leave the university and do what? It was so hard. It was so hard to decide. And instead of trying to solve the problem, I started fooling myself, deceiving myself. I started telling myself, you know what? Yeah, we can just study and like study, and we're gonna get our bachelor and then masters and then PhD, and I can work as an academician in universities. Yes, my goal in my life. Yes, it's great. But I wasn't interested in the major, no. It was just a lie I was kept telling to myself. So what happened? I was sad. I was depressed. I was disappointed. I wasn't like, yeah, it was so bad. So what my parents did was, they told me, you know what? Leave the university, girl. Leave it. If you want to do something better, leave the university and take the university acceptance exam again. And my face was like terrified. Take the university acceptance exam again? Don't you know how hard it is? I said, yeah, I know it's hard, but it's harder to live the life you don't want. So that was so hard for me to decide. It took like 3 to 4 months to decide. Like my parents and my brother, they were just trying to convince me to leave the university and go study medicine. And I was like, you know what? First of all, I don't want to study medicine. I don't like hospital. I don't like clinical things. And they were like, then be a pharmacist. And I was like, I love Tehran. And I was like, so get to pharmacy school in Tehran. Okay. They convinced me because like they have the best reasons, and I wanted a guide, and they helped me decide. I decided. I left the university. I was so happy leaving the university because it wasn't for me. I wasn't happy there. I didn't have a goal or dream there, but now I had. I took the exam the first year after leaving the university, and I failed with such a bad result. I failed. But of course I didn't give up. I left the university, like my career. I left everything to be able to get into pharmacy school. Then the second time I took the university acceptance exam, I happily succeeded, and my grades were good enough to go to any school I wanted. I could study medicine, pharmacy, and dentistry, and I chose pharmacy because of my experiences and my interests. And happily, I want to announce that now I'm a pharmacy student here in Tehran. It took 2 years and I failed and I was sad, but now it's amazing right now. I have a goal. It's good. Like, it's the first step towards my goals. Of course, it's not like everything get into university, but I'm gonna have a career which I am interested, I love, and I think I deserve to be here. So for all of you out there, if you have a dream, just pursue it. You're gonna get it, of course. If you fail, doesn't matter. Everyone fails. Just keep going. I did it. You can do it. You can do better than that. You can do anything. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.